My name's Myles Baker. I'm currently the Vice President of Barry Vanover's Martial Arts Management Group and Premier Martial Arts International. I got started in martial arts at a young age, as many of us did. Maybe a little bit different. I'm not a lifelong martial artist. I actually have been pursuing martial arts since I was 19 full time. I was like many kids. I was raised by a single mother, and I would get a yellow belt at one school or an orange belt maybe if I was lucky. And due to our work schedule, our financial situation, we usually had to quit for one of those two reasons. But I was always interested in martial arts, loved martial arts, and my father was actually a black belt and instructor, so I think that planted the seed for me when I was really, really young. When I was 18 and moved out of the house, I went off to college to the University of Kansas, and like I said, I was always into martial arts as a child, but never really got to stick with it. So I decided that I needed to do something to have some structure while I was in that college atmosphere, if you will. So I looked up a local martial arts school and went and took an introductory lesson. I'll never forget it, Mr. and Mrs. Booth in Lawrence, Kansas. Went there and tried the class and loved it, and been doing martial arts ever since then. Premier, yeah, how did I get started? It's a funny story, and I'll spare you and give you the short and condensed version. As I mentioned, I was in Lawrence, Kansas. I had just graduated from college, and I wanted to break out of small town Kansas and get to the big city. It was always my dreams. And I had job interviews from New Orleans to Miami to New York and Atlanta as well. And I wanted a job working at a premier school. Mr. Vanover was reluctant because I was working for a premier school, but he understood that I was leaving regardless. I was leaving Kansas. He eventually hired me on as an assistant. You have to understand that I was just an assistant instructor and a college student moving to a new state and to work for Mr. Vanover. And basically, I just saw that he was going to be my mentor, and if I followed what he had done and what he told me to do, I could have the same kind of success. I started to program, direct, and manage, and now I'm able to own my own school. I've had it for the last 4 years, and it's been great. I'm able to be there when I want to be there, have a great staff, a dedicated staff, and a great quality that I'm super, super proud of. All while still being the Vice President of Premier Martial Arts and working an 8 to 5 with our owners and our clients. So that's been an amazing journey to be able to juggle all of these things, and I have to really, really give ownership to the systems that Mr. Vanover's definitely taught me for sure. Advice to school owners or aspiring school owners. I guess, all I know is Premier Martial Arts, and I felt like it was a fast track. Looking back now, it's a fast track to learning how to run the business of martial arts. So I know a lot of people, unfortunately, they're extremely talented martial artists, extremely talented instructors and teachers that care greatly about teaching and helping people through martial arts, but they don't know how to run a business, and those are two totally separate things. So I guess my advice would be is to find a mentor that has done and achieved what you want to achieve, which hopefully is a healthy balance of affecting people's lives through quality martial arts and being able to provide a financial stability for yourself and your family. So find somebody like that. Premier Martial Arts was that for me. I'm a product of it, and there's many other people that are products of the system. So that would be my advice, is to seek out somebody who's achieved exactly what you want and just follow their path.